Hello, John McConnin here. Your first question might be, should I do a short sale? Should I do a foreclosure? Should I do a loan mod? How do I make a good decision? And let me say that I grew up as a kid. I remember watching some Sims suit commercials where Cy Sims, Mr. Sims said, an educated consumer is our best customer. I have seen over and over in my real estate practice, an educated homeowner is our best customer, because an educated homeowner knows what to expect. They know if they're going down the short sale path, what their risks are. Do they have to worry about a deficiency if the short sale fails? Do they have tax exposure? How they can repair their credit? Or if they're walking away and doing a foreclosure, if they know what's going to happen ahead of time, they're somewhat committed to the process. They're relaxed. They ask good questions. They know when to ask for more questions. That's our goal for all our clients, and we think it should be the goal for every upside down homeowner in California. So, what is it if you came in and had a consultation with me? What would that interview consist of? And I'll even try to give you some of the information here. One, we think the proper way to break this down is to look at your exposure to the bank for the remaining loan balances, and then compare your options. Secondly, we look at it from a tax standpoint, from what your exposure is to Uncle Sam, what your exposure would be to California Franchise Tax Board. Then third, and this is the one that really separates us out, your credit situation. One, what it's likely to be going forward, and then how we can help you repair it. Either, it's an optional service to have us use our credit repair skills to help you, but it's not optional. We're going to tell you the proper timing. We're going to tell you what the bank is exposed to, and we're going to show you how you may want to dispute the debt. If you've got recourse loans, you're going to get a big tax bill. And finally, with some lenders, if you're not clear and you send out a qualified written request under RESPA, or you send a letter disputing the debt, they put the short sale on hold and it freezes things, and it can mix things up. So we talk about those risks, and given your exposure for deficiency, given your tax exposures, and given your desires, we customize our plan. If saving your credit is super important to you, then we're going to take some different steps than if making sure that no one can come after your assets or your future salary is the most important thing for you. So that's what we do in the initial consultation. That's what makes you a better customer, or a better client, or a better home seller, or a better loan mod person, or a better person walking away. You're going to know what's going on, and you're going to have a backup plan. You may use that backup plan for leverage against your lenders during negotiations. So many times we're in negotiations, and my client says, that's not a good enough deal, or I don't mind if they foreclose, and especially when we're dealing with seconds. And all of a sudden, a week or two later, because my client really didn't care, and I explained to the lender, hey, they got recourse loans, they don't really care, and they're not worried about their credit. A week or two later, the collection agency, the recovery department, whoever comes back and goes, well, I talked to my investor, you're right, $5,000 from the first and $1,500 from the government is better than nothing. So, but if you can get us up to $8,000, we'll get the job done. And maybe we can get it from the buyer, maybe it comes out of our real estate commissions. Maybe it can come from the seller, although the law says the seller doesn't have to do it. And again, that becomes an issue for sellers. So again, this is all a very interesting mix of things, and we're going to go over in our next series of videos. First, we're going to lay out first and a second what your exposure is to them if you get your short sale done, or if you don't and it turns into a foreclosure, or if you try to start with a loan mod, then you look at your other options, or if you do a short payoff with a second. We're going to look at your exposure to the bank in the next video, and we're going to have a video on your exposure for tax.